Decor. That's my dog Clifford. It's cool when he's famous for kids' cartoons and you're not Emily Roehead. Hello, wonderful people places. My name is Adam Snowflake. I'm about to change everything again. I have a severe toothache and it is currently the rapture, according to every crazy Christian on TikTok. And while I do believe them, I'm not gonna claim we're in the end times. I'm just really excited for whatever that would do for Jesus, okay? So hello, wonderful places. My name is Adam Snowflake. I am an emoji system with multiple personality disorder. We are currently doing votes for Masiki, and it is a lot for each group to depend on whether or not I am voted out with several important people. We are just determining whether or not you keep electricity. Kind of weird. Well, you have a prejudice towards electricity. We're pretending it's Rose Tyler's accent. Cool, for starters, you're not allowed her accent. And then after that, you're not allowed Rose Tyler, and I'm not Rose Tyler, but that is tied to electricity and its invention. So whether or not she deserves to stay your group will affect whether or not I can also stay your group in Masiki. It's voting in our stereotypes through a death game called Red Ice. What is Red Ice? Well, Red Ice is a death game from Native America, which keeps its name and it stays an indigenous people. You just, as the people voting for all of that, won't stay the version Native America. I'm a volunteer on a cipher blog with several other people doing Masiki votes, and all I'm supposed to do is say, this is why I want to be their color. And I usually don't know I'm saying the word color, and I usually think I'm saying, well, this is why I think that kind of queer suits me. Not knowing it's only for like Afro, Latino, Indigenous allowed my color, but would be a weird choice because of Malcolm X. And in general, I am kind of that's Clifford. That is Clifford. I'm just kind of having fun doing things with a massive toothache that Earth woke up in that belongs to Anita Sarkeesian. That, while deified to be you can take care of it yourself, is impossible to get a dentist booked because everybody has the same toothache and we all think it's the apocalypse. And it is probably not. We're just crazy and religious if it's the Edo period. Great. I'm so happy that this outfit is now explained to you. It is clearly for people who survive toothaches. This is like the one video I get to hear and see my accent on. Yes, I am the actor behind My Name is England. It was a group vote since I wrote the book already, whether or not this would be the live action adaptation. My Name is Country is a role play with me series where you're role playing that I'm talking to you, and it's a role play at home as like a form of minor LARP, and it's honest to God why LARPland is now kicked out of LARPing because it would own an illegal monopoly if it was allowed what it's promising, and it usually does not fulfill on it. And it's honest to God, like a lot of things, and in general, rules on all of that. The history of what it is and where I'm going is a lot of things, but I'm about to change my face again as Adam Snowflake. I have a really bad tick from oxys mixed with my medicine, and I'm terrified to go in for a checkup. They might prescribe a mental ward because I seem to have Tourette's in that way. And I'm just not cool with hearing what any of I just said was. So, yeah, I'm going through a really weird transitional period that is just kind of like um X everything I usually know and care about, and it's why you can now read me in certain groups. I think it's weird the votes for Masiki. It's whether or not I turn SJW no matter the votes to keep me. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. You're not allowed any of those form of politics then. You need to understand that I control most groups like that in a weird submissive way that they base their philosophies on. And you are choosing that. And I woke up with like a balding part right here that the whole entire earth did because of a problem with the water supply. When really someone came to my house at night and chopped it into my hair as this is where Jesus' trauma is from. He just kind of would have been in this time period. Cool. I don't agree with just giving people a bald spot out of smite. I think you're schizophrenic and evil, and I don't want to be your group. Cool. Well, you certainly lose binders if I leave, and you're still saying you're all transgender men, and that might turn out to be true. Cool. It's whether or not that dub says I'm ex-transgender at the beginning or at the end, because it's still just my thoughts on transgender people. And I'd like it to be in a coming out for your group, but I can't do that if you're preaching Weasley fetish a lot, and that might be the group. but you're not allowed chest binders if I leave. Regardless, most of your origins groups are not allowed chest binders, and you want me without my inventions if you vote me out. Cool, I invented chest binders. Yeah, good luck being flat. And, I don't mind all the different groups, but there seems to be a lot of hate towards me, a lot of want for ISIS, and a lot of God should be a woman who worships, and mischaracterizations of innocent YouTubers to be God. I of which don't seem to be among, but it's still stupid because I've never been God and will never go through him. Yes, but I did know that about the Bible, which freaked you out. That is just my opinion, though, and I didn't know it was really in there. So yeah, when God is in danger, deemed by like a weird ethnicity, like Indonesian, Maori, North Pacific Islander, and not the pig race Jewish, because Jewish is a community to pig body mods on your nose and skin dye. Green to copy Angry Birds. Weird. It is a group I know too much about, and my family tries to raise me it, and it is a thief of other cultures as a group that I am just ex and anti that I did a video about. The history is a lot of minority groups you'd assume are things like Israelite, that Jewish copy's wrong, are the ones voting in Masiki. Yeah, because for some reason it's a delusion that it's the end times when we vote it, or it's a delusion God is dying when we vote it. And for whatever reason, I am now put in charge of like 50 charities that aren't St. Jude to give him offerings, I guess. Cool, I still have to get paid with offerings as a saint because I don't worship God, but that's just me as an atheist. People don't usually know I'm an atheist, but that is why I am just this way, hanging out with Clifford, my big red dog. Every dog deserves a token good owner. That is my opinion of that angel status. Okay, well, I will see you guys, but that's what Masiki is. Thank you for voting. It is all on that official blog, or it is illegal to vote, and you're voting in women who will turn your group pig-like. For real, that is actually how that bait is done. You have to go with the official ones, and if that says Doctor Who fandom, that's how Masiki is supposed to be done. I can't wait for this voting session, but you know what? I'm happy to leave you behind, non-binary.